Who are you? Yes, you. Who are you? Now, you may have started thinking about things like your skin color, your hair color, where you grew up, your ethnicity, your race. For example, my name is Randall Gibson. I am from small town Indiana, born in Ohio. I have red hair, brown eyes, and I'm very handsome. These are just our identities. Most of them we didn't even choose. Eastern philosophers say that the culmination of our identities is also known as our ego. And our ego is just a symbol of ourselves. But it's not really who we are. Who am I, then? I'm going to tell you by giving you my story in a few key events. My redefinition of spirituality, and then my reflection and learning. Let's go back to a few weekends ago. My dog Cairo and I were walking through the forest. We were moseying along. And then we started to notice we were collecting these little fuzzy burrs on us. Long after we were home, we were collecting these little fuzzy burrs. You can think of these fuzzy burrs as your identities. They are inevitable. They are impermanent. But they are very useful. At age 27, Randall Gibson had collected a lot of burrs. But then something changed. I became more aware of my burrs, also known as my identities. It wasn't one magic event. It was a culmination of events and moments. But there were a few key events that helped speed up my awareness. One of those was in Miami, Florida. I took a substance called MDMA. This introduced me to states of unconditional love that I didn't know existed. Just saying the word unconditional love does not do it justice. Experiencing unconditional love in its rawest form is something much different. Let's fast forward a few years later. I took another substance. Give me a break, it's my 20s. This one is called LSD. This introduced me to states of consciousness that made me question reality. It stripped away my identities until there was no I left. Dr. Joe Dispenza says that to get beyond our identities is to deepen our understanding of ourselves and our connection to the mystery of life. I found myself connecting to the mystery of life much more often. Substances were a part of my journey, but they don't have to be a part of yours. It was the outcome of those substances that really matters. And that is altered states of consciousness. Altered states of consciousness help us get out of our head, help us get beyond our identities. And you can achieve this through everyday walks of life. For example, a mother going through an unmedicated natural birth, a near-death experience, a 14-day darkness retreat, or just achieving flow state like a basketball player who can't miss, or just sit on your couch, close your eyes, and do nothing. Finally, none of this would be so without reflection and learning. There are 3 things that I reflect upon that helped me along my journey. First was diving deep into spirituality. I read a lot of books, listened to a lot of podcasts. One of those people was a guy named Ram Dass, another one named Alan Watts, and Pema Chodron. I read a book called Spirituality Without Religion. And this changed my perspective on what spirituality means. The second reflection was I went to a Japanese meditation center in Chicago. This helped me develop structure to my introspection habit. And third, all of these experiences allowed me to be more vulnerable, which opened me up to love, which led me to my wife, Tina. And now that I had love checked off, I was able to reach self-actualization. I ask again, who are you? I hope that my story and the few key events, my redefinition of spirituality, and my reflection and learning will help ignite you to answer that question. Who am I? I am a unique manifestation of the whole. As Alan Watts says, we do not come into this world, we come out of it as leaves from a tree. As the ocean waves, the universe peoples.